Hi, and welcome to In the Mix. I'm Luke Ryan, the aspiring bartender. On today's show, we'll be throwing down an old-fashioned with mixed martial arts superstar Kenny Florian. So let's get it on! All right, so now we're gonna make our old-fashioned. This is actually a really easy drink to make and one of my favorites. So what you're gonna need for this is gonna be an old-fashioned glass. You're gonna need your lemon for your lemon twist, along with a nice channel knife, a nice muddler. This is actually my new favorite. You're gonna need a little measuring device for liquids, your brown sugar, and your Angostura bitters, a nice whiskey, and a little half teaspoon. All right, so let's start it up. So when you're grabbing your brown sugar, you want to grab that half teaspoon. We want to pack it in nice and tight. Drop that right into your old-fashioned glass, along with 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. And the dash is basically like a 1 tap and 2 tap with your finger. And you need about a 1/4 ounce of ice cold water. Drop that right in. And with this muddler, and for this you don't have to get real aggressive with your muddler. It's basically just more of a, nice soft technique to get that all mixed up there. And that is it. Alright, so now you're just going to need a nice large ice cube. Because with this drink, you don't want to dilute it too much. And a nice large ice cube will be able to keep it cold without that watered down taste. And basically add your 2 ounces of spirit here, which in this case is whiskey. Some people do the pour count. I like to just use the straight up measuring device because different alcohols and different liquids have different pour rates. So everything's a little bit different. You'll have a lot of different schools of thought. It's just the way I do it. Pour that right in. The only thing you're gonna need now is gonna be a nice little mix around here. I do 20 stirs to the right and 20 stirs to the left. There's a lot of different theories of what you should do. Cool. And now we're gonna add our garnish. Use your channel knife, work at the top, pop right in, and work your way around. You can do it a little bit slower until you get used to it, so that you get a nice long lemon twist. And what you're looking for there is the oils, which you can squeeze right over the drink and drop right into it. And there you have a true classic, the old-fashioned. Love it. All right, so we have our old-fashioned, and I'm here with Kenny Florian, mixed martial arts extraordinaire. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Thanks very much. Well, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little about kind of your background, your career?
I used to watch a lot of boxing growing up.
Yeah.
I used to watch a lot of kung fu movies.
Yeah.
And Bruce Lee was
Sure,
a huge.
absolutely.
He really was probably the guy who inspired me to get into the martial arts. Watching Bruce Lee movies with my brothers. And about my freshman, maybe sophomore year at Boston College, I started training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I saw the first UFC. And saw this skinny Brazilian guy beating up these monsters, and that was really the first time I saw the martial arts really do what it said it could do, and that was the little guy could beat the big guy. And I was just very inspired by that, and started training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Me and my brother Keith, we saved up money and we drove to a seminar in New York and trained with Royce himself.
Oh, nice.
And then it was pretty much just from there on we trained every single day. So
what can fans of Ken Flo have on the radar? What's going on in your world right now?
Oh, geez. Well, right now things are kind of on hold. I just started training again. I tore my MCL, tore a little piece of the meniscus in my knee, so I'm just getting back into it. Another 2 or 3 weeks, I should be back to training fully. But I try to do as much that involves the sport as possible. I have a show for with the ESPN that we do called MMA Live.
I love it.
And so I'm an analyst for that show. Staying busy with that. We're actually going to UFC 126 to do a pre-show and a post wrap-up show for the event. So it's exciting. I definitely can still keep myself busy even though I'm not training 100%. But I miss it. I can't wait to go back and start training again.
And you and Dana did a lot in bringing mixed martial arts to Boston. Thank you. From all of us. What was that process like? I know that there must have been a lot of hurdles to jump over. I know New York's going through it right now.
Yeah, I think the key for getting mixed martial arts regulated in the States, it comes down to really educating the government, educating the masses on what the sport's all about. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about the sport.
Yeah, Frank Shamrock described it as like cockfighting.
Yeah, exactly. People think it's a blood sport, And it really isn't. You know, these are educated guys who've been training the majority of their lives, and they definitely, when you see an event, it gives you a whole new perspective on the sport, and getting to meet the fighters, you see that they're normal guys.
I think having you and Stefan Bonner and Randy Couture and a lot of these really educated guys out there, speaking about how it's a competitive sport. It's not just like a street fight.
Exactly, and that definitely helps. And I think getting the government officials and to really understand that, I think is very, very important.
And you seem like a real chill dude, like real relaxed, calm. Do you? Were you that guy that got in a lot of street fights growing up? I mean, were there? I didn't think so, right?
No. I mean, I came from like a rich small town in Dover, so it's like. Not much really happened over there. You're gonna fight like a cow or a horse, and that's pretty much it.
So what about like a fan interaction? I mean, a lot of what the promotion and the social media side that's involved with the UFC. Yeah. I think I mean, I'm a huge fan myself. And then the online offline angle of social media and what you use. Can you speak a little bit about that? And how you.
What makes the UFC I think so popular today, and really what got it to really take off is. It's that interaction with fans. The fighters are always out there. They're always out and about. You can go even before a fight or after the fight. See a fighter right here. Ask them questions. Again, for me, I like doing that stuff. And of course, we spoke about Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter.
Absolutely.
I'm very active, with my Facebook. My website, kennyflorian.com has a lot of information. I try to have a lot of questions on there. I have a lot of videos on there for people who are interested in the sport, who want to get more information. I have a newsletter that goes out to the people who sign up on my website, and that's a cool thing. You're not going to go up to your favorite Major League Baseball player, your favorite NBA player, or NFL player, and have that interaction with them before the game or after the game. Back in maybe the 60s and 70s, maybe you had that, but
definitely more distance.
That's gone, and I think fans want to interact with their athletes, and I think that creates a bond, and they'll be a fan for life because of that. And I think we've been lucky in that regard. And
there's a little talk on Twitter recently about possible move to 145. Is there any truth to that? Or,
no. As of right now, no. I'm not sure I can make that. 155 is tough as it is right now, but. You never know, but I was kind of playing around with the idea. I'll joke around on Twitter all the time.
And what about like cutting weight? That must be absolutely grueling, dude.
Yeah, it's really difficult. It takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
When I'm
too many of these.
You can't have too many of these. It's a delicate balance because you need a lot of calories to train well.
Yeah.
It's a grueling training schedule, but you also need to lose the weight. So it's
any advice on how to
tough.
Lose his man boob?
You know what it is,
dude? I don't know. I used to be kind of cut, but not anymore.
The funny thing is, a lot of it is diet. Like a lot of it is diet. Like one thing, if I'm not able to train, I'll try to eat super well.
Yeah.
But it's tough, man. It really is tough, and especially people invite you out to
of
eat.
course.
And, then you see the bread there, and then you got to get dessert after. Bread's
Then I have pretty wicked sharp elbows. I mean, you can check them out.
Let's see these.
Not bad, right?
It's not bad.
Dude,
it's a good
cut
one.
Somebody. Can you show me like a Hellbow demonstration?
Let's do it. Yeah. The great thing about the elbow is that the reason why it's such a good move is you could do it from just close quarters, and the great thing is, with your hands, it's easy to break your hands.
Sure.
And actually, Uriah Faber, in one of his famous fights,
Finished
broke both of his
elbows,
hands, and actually, the only thing he could use was elbows, which I thought was really, really cool. But a bunch of ways to use it.
Sure.
You could use it as something to knock someone out with. You could use it to cut them. So there's various ways to use them, but. Let's see, we'll do just your basic elbow. So I'm a southpaw, so I'm a left-handed fighter. So from here, my left elbow will be back. So say you're in close quarters, you don't want to use it from too far away. But the big misconception about elbows, you don't really want to have a huge swing.
Telegraph it.
Yeah, exactly. And oftentimes you'll miss with it. So you kind of want to throw it short. So I'm here, you want to use your hips and just this way.
Yep.
Bah. So when you're in here, you kind of just twist your hip here, and you can come here horizontal. You can come upwards. You can come diagonal down. You can even use it as like a striking, tool
digger,
here. Just exactly. use that point of the elbow. So there you go. Yeah, you want it not just with the arms, but you want to use your legs and hips as you throw it inside. So let's say someone's inside here, boom, and you just use it. There you go.
No work. Cool.
You're an expert now.
Absolutely. That's fun.
I have a T-shirt for you, man. They got
the official tap out.
Official tap out Florian shirt. A lot of
awesome. Thank you.
A lot of American flag going on here.
Very cool. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kenny.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
It's great having you.
Thanks
I'm Luke Ryan. Thanks for being in the mix. Well, that was awesome. Thanks so much again, Kenny. I had an absolute blast, and I really learned how to throw the Hellbow. So, again, that recipe for the old fashioned is here. I'm Luke Ryan, and thanks for being in the mix.